Well, good morning. It's 10 a.m. on May 9th, 2022. I'm Steve Jones. I'm biking for the first time since October of 2021, which I stopped then because early November I had my left shoulder completely replaced. And it feels so good to be out in nature here along Bradford Creek. This is one of my favorite places on the trail to stop and look. See the water flowing, see the reflections in the water. There's a large tupelo, water tupelo along the side of the creek with its gnarly, knotted roots. I have a jet coming across overhead, so it'll take a moment before we can hear the birds sing again. I am just elated to be back out on the trail. The jet is moving on. Here's Carpinus carolinea. I know it as musclewood that's uprooted, leaning across the creek here. And this creek, this time of year, is just gorgeous. You can see the reflections in the water, even as I stand here reflecting on this late spring, early summer day. Temperature is probably in the upper 60s, heading up to the upper 70s. And finally, those two jet aircraft have moved on, and I heard Carolina wrens speaking rather loudly before the jets made their pass, and perhaps we'll pick them up again. But again, this is what I call nature-inspired life and living. And also, since I had the shoulder replacement in November and then in March of this year suffered a stroke that I'm finally 95% recovered from the effects, it just also strikes me as nature-inspired healing as well. Nature-inspired aging and healing. I add the aging part because right now I am within a couple months of turning 71, and many people may not know it, but once you turn 70, you've completed 7 decades of life. And I am now, although I don't like to think of it this way, I'm now in my 8th decade. So nature-inspired aging and healing go together as one. And I'm going to bring this to close. It's a beautiful spot, my favorite spot on the Bradford Creek Greenway. I'm going to walk us back up here where we can see some fantastic reflections on this rather placid stream today. And I picked the wrong time to be here because I can now hear a train in the background. So the Carolina wrens, sorry we didn't pick up much of your voice because of the two jets and the train rumbling in the background. But here's, again, this is part of why I consider this my favorite spot along the trail. The water, the reflections, the still nice, soft, late spring greens, and just the wonder of being in nature, feeling her inspiration, as well as taking note of the healing that I'm experiencing. So, from Steve Jones, May 9th, 2022, thank you.